What was the decision making on the HYBE deal? It was a big deal. It was a very momentous moment in your life and your employee's life. What was the thinking behind, yeah, we're going to do this?
Look, I think I was going through a very interesting time in my personal life. I was going through a divorce. I was doing a tremendous amount of self-work. I had stepped away from my business somewhat for the first time in 20 years.
I remember I listened to your conversation with Jay, and you had like a burner phone for like a year, I think.
For about 2.5 months. What was it? 2.5 months. And then, but that was a big deal for a guy who literally always had his...
Huge deal for anyone.
And, but I was like deep in the self-work. And even when I got my phone back, I delegated a different way and I wasn't hands-on. I lost a client in Kid Leroy for a while because he was like, I signed up for you and you weren't there. And then obviously I came back at a later point when I was on the other side of certain self-work, and he's back with us now. I decided to do HYBE because I wanted partners. My children were getting to an age that I wanted to take a different path. I wanted to do less management and more play of an executive role. I got approached by Chairman Bang, who's my partner now, and he became like a dear friend. We started doing Zooms every week privately. No one knew we were talking. And the day I was sold that I decided I wanted to do it, obviously he was offering us a really great deal. But the day I decided, he was talking to me and he said, you know, in the West, you guys always talk about transaction. And in the East, we actually talk about what we're going to do after the transaction. We don't talk about the transaction. We get that out of the way right away. And we just talk about how we're going to build together. And that's why I don't necessarily like doing as much business with the West. He goes, but on these 4 phone calls we've had, these Zooms, you've never talked to me about the transaction. You've only talked to me about life, about business, about culture, about music, about family. And he said, I know that whatever happens, we will figure it out together on the other side. So I'm going to do this deal. And when he described it that way, I knew that was someone I wanted to be in business with. I had a great amount of admiration for him after that. And I felt like I can, not only do I have a partner that I can grow with, but I have a partner I can learn from.